$2,400 if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits, plus a 20% increase lifetime and a step up every year. Then more viewers get incredible big stimulus for stimulus money. Find out how you can get thousands of dollars this week. Next, renewed promise for second stimulus from Congress as Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary appointee, and economists call for stimulus relief right now, this week, not in January. Exciting news. Meantime, more money to be repurposed. In addition to the $500 of CARES Act 1, that's a $5,000 stimulus check that President Trump can send out right now, there's renewed focus for that money coming back from from the Federal Reserve, that Treasury can do as well. Also, newfound money coming back from state and local that could send out as a stimulus check right away. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits and veterans. Breaking developments this afternoon. It's breaking across the board from both Washington to Los Angeles. I'm so glad you joined me. And this is Tuesday's Afternoons LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Tuesday afternoon here in Los Angeles with direct information breaking from Washington about your stimulus check, especially if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits, your second stimulus package, and moreover, exciting news for the viewers who got thousands of dollars since even this morning. I'm going to explain to you how you can get money right now. In this video, I'll be going over money right after. This is not money this week, but next week potentially with a second stimulus deal if they do it. Second, I'll be going over second stimulus money, first stimulus money right now. Money you can get right now. Thousands of dollars. I'm getting viewers thousands of dollars every hour on this channel because I'm fighting to get you money. You all qualify for this money. Everyone, SSDI, SSI, veterans, unemployed, employed, not employed, up to rent, not up to your rent. You all qualify for this money, whether it's rent, utilities, food. I'm getting you this money. I'll explain to you how you can get this money. And this morning, one viewer got $24,000. It's really important to follow me. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. Also hit the alert button so you get an alert when I post something to the community page in which I'm posting updates and the volunteers' information by the hour. Meantime, also like this video. It really helps in the algorithm. We're being beaten up a little bit with the algorithm today. Yesterday we were great, but make sure you like this video. In this video, I have so much breaking news for you. First, there's calls from Nancy Pelosi to step aside for the speaker. Second, Janet Yellen is the new Treasury appointee, and she's expected to push for stimulus that economically helps you, not helps governors and states. Third, there's a new renewed focus on that $2,400 for SSI, SSDI. How soon will you get it? I'll be going over that as well. Fifth, a new major letter from top economists to Congress saying send out stimulus right now. And sixth, there's renewed focus that a stimulus relief will go out now because Nancy Pelosi's her way or the highway is eroding. It's eroding. When they have the extra pieces, they can sort of make a nice gazebo outside of the Calcito. So I'm so glad you joined me. So much breaking news. And let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here today is there's so much coming out about your second stimulus that I'm going to go through it relatively quickly because it's a lot of stuff. First, 125 economists have written Congress to say send out a stimulus check right now. They're specifically saying right now. They're not saying in December, they're saying in November. And second, they wanted stimulus checks. The reason why they're saying it is that they say this is the quickest way to get economic relief because it gets money in your hands right now. We urge policymakers to use all the tools at their disposal to revitalize the economy, including direct cash payments, that's stimulus checks, which are the quickest, most economic, and most efficient way to get families and the economy back on track. That's a letter from 125 economists sent yesterday to members of Congress, Republicans and Democrats, and apparently they're paying attention. Second, someone else is paying attention. Steve Mnuchin and Mitch McConnell are listening to you and me. They're now following the purple power. Why? Because on Friday and then again today, they said, you know what? Let's just repurpose the CARES Act 1 money and send it out as stimulus right now. This is insane. This is what I have been singularly saying on this channel for weeks. There's $800 billion of CARES Act 1 money currently sitting at SBA, sitting there, lonely, wants to be sent out, wants to be put in the mail. That money amounts to a $5,000 stimulus check that would land in your bank account during the holiday seasons. It's very simple. All it needs is a 1-paragraph bill that says send it out. Done. It can also be done by executive orders. The president's under pressure to do executive orders, and the pressure is tied to the Georgia seats. Ultimately, the president wants to win those Georgia seats for the Republicans, and sending out this $800 billion of stimulus checks as $5,000 stimulus check would be incredible. But Mitch McConnell and Steve Mnuchin want to use the other money that's coming in from the Federal Reserve today and this week. This is really exciting. And the additional $800 billion that Steve Mnuchin identified on Friday for other things like PUA and UI expiring. This is the type of relief you need. This is encouraging news. Then, Janet Yellen has now been suggested and is likely to be the Treasury appointee for the Biden administration. She was not part of the formal announcements today, but she is the appointee. And what's important to understand is that the former head of the Federal Reserve has made it very clear that she's focused on economic recovery. Yesterday, the New York Times said Nancy Pelosi's under fire because her $2 trillion bill is never going to pass. It's never going to pass next year, and it's certainly not going to pass now. So there's a pressure underway to get stimulus, checks, and unemployment benefits out right now during the holidays. A couple $100 billion bill, get it out right now. And apparently, Janet Yellen believes that economic recovery is dependent upon stimulus checks, that, and another round of PPP right now. This is incredible, great news. So is the stimulus going out right now? There's a pressure to get it done. Remember, one, Congress is not on vacation. They're on recess, which means they cannot vote, but it means they are still working on things. They're in Washington, they're working. Next, the renewed pressure is based upon a series of teamwork and a call for Nancy Pelosi to step aside. A series of Democrats and Republicans are saying every time there's been never a deal, it's been Nancy Pelosi singularly in the room. They particularly want two things to happen. One, maybe not have her run for House Speaker or win the position again, or in the case of negotiations, being part of a team of 4 or 5 or 6 people, not be the only voice in the room because they say that's falling apart. This is the real shocking development. How does this impact SSI? Well, Biden wants to give you $2,400 of SSI. He wants to give you $200 every month, starting now all the way to the end of the pandemic and beyond. He wants to end it in December of next year. This would be $200 a month. This is incredible, great news. $2,400, upwards of $4,000. And he's not done there. This, again, is for everyone on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, and Veterans benefits. He wants to do 2 other things. One, he wants to step you up 20%, up to 20% a lifetime. Second, he wants to tie your SSI and SSDI to a new benchmark that would increase you annually more faster step-ups annually than COLA. This is absolutely incredible. So what about hazard pay? Tune in for hazard pay 15 minutes from now after this video on Purple. On Purple, there's going to be a $10,000 grant, another $10,000 grant, a $50,000 grant, and hazard pay. $10,000 if you're an essential worker. Uber, Lyft, I'm going to explain that 15 minutes from now on Purple. Tune in for that as well. Next, after Purple is Being a Mitch, I'll explain why Mitch McConnell may actually get you a deal during the holidays. It's developing just today. Now, with all that, there's so much more. And what's important to understand is this is the universe in which we're currently at now. UI is expiring in December. PUA is expiring in December. Eviction moratorium and mortgage forbearance is expiring in December. So guess what? I'm getting you money right now. And let's go over this money right now. What I need to make very clear, and this is new in this video, is that this money is available for 99.99% of the viewers of this channel. Ultimately, there's always someone that believes they don't qualify, or they pick up the phone and they get someone on the phone that doesn't know what they're talking about and says, no, you had to have had this situation. Untrue. You all qualify. I want you to go get this money. The incredible great news is that this morning, one viewer got $5,000. Last night, another viewer got $14,000. This morning, another viewer got $24,000. I'm not getting people $500. I'm getting them $20,000, $5,000, $6,000, $8,000. This is your money. And ultimately, if you made 1 or 2 phone calls on Monday and you had problems with City Hall, don't give up. Because there's other money out there and you need to keep on pushing. Plus, I have 5 volunteers now that are here to help you. You're going to get this money and you're not going to give up on a Tuesday afternoon or a Wednesday morning because you made 2 phone calls on Monday, because this is how you're going to get it. Let's go through all the 3 situations and I'm going to explain to you individually, you and me, which of these you qualify for and which you don't. The first one, CARES Act 1 money. This is $150 billion that was given from the government to the states, and from the states to the cities and counties. Every single viewer that is tuning into this channel right now and watching this video qualifies for this money, with the exception of people who made over about $50,000 last year. If you made over $50,000, you are potentially the only one that doesn't qualify for it. Everyone else qualifies, and I'm making this very clear. Everyone. So SSDI, SSI, Social Security, veterans, employed, not employed, up to date on your rent, not up to date on your rent, behind your rent, behind your utilities, not behind your utilities, food, hungry, not hungry. I can keep on going through the list. Religious, not religious. Go to the casino, doesn't go to the casino. Has a good hairstyle, doesn't have a good hairstyle. You all qualify for this money. Do not take yourself out of it, because what you're doing is you're cheating yourself out of thousands of dollars. That's your money. And I'm trying to make this very clear to you. So let's explain what the money is for. It's generally for 1, rent, 2, utilities, 3, food, and 4, medicine. In rare occurrences, it's for hazard pay and businesses. It's for you. So how do you get this money, and how much money is it? In the case of rent, it's generally 6 to 12 months of rent. That's the first thing. Second, you don't have to be behind your rent. You don't have to have an eviction notice. You do have to have an eviction notice. Don't have to have an eviction. None of those things are at issue. How much you have to have a certain amount of rent per month? No. Just go get it. Viewers are generally getting for rent about $5,000 to $15,000 in rent aids in Massachusetts. I had someone get an application in for $14,000. People said, "Oh, there's nothing in Massachusetts." Yes, there is something in Massachusetts. Missouri, I had someone get approved for utilities grants. People said, "There's nothing in Missouri." Of course, there's stuff in Missouri. Alabama, I got 3 people got housing grants in Alabama. In Louisiana, I got people housing grants in Louisiana. Texas got Texas housing grants in Texas. Oregon got housing grants in Texas. California got people utility grants. New York got people utilities grants. Illinois got people utility grants. So I want you to understand this money is there, and ultimately you need to get it. So where is this money? It's in 4 real locations: your city hall, your state housing authority, your county hall, or your utilities company. You need to call the city hall. You need to call the county hall. You need to call the state housing authority, and you need to call your utilities company. That's the way you use the telephone. Next, internet. Every county and city has their own website. Go on there. It's listed on there. And countless viewers have gotten grants. Viewers have gotten grants in Broward County, Florida, gotten grants in West Palm, gotten grants in Miami-Dade, gotten grants in Illinois and Mississippi, Alabama. They continue to get these grants because they're following the advice of this channel. Next, what do you call it? The wording for it is sometimes a trip. up and confusing issue because I'm a kid in California. I talk a certain way. You go to Sirloin and talk to him at the casino. He speaks a certain way. You talk to people at a hairdresser in San Francisco. They talk a certain way. So ultimately, use very simple words. The words that you need to use are things like assistance and help, or aid, or additional. You need to ask for rental assistance because of the pandemic. Utility assistance because of the pandemic, aid, COVID grants, grants for rent, grants for utilities, grants for food. Ultimately, if you started at rent and you have problems with rent, go to food because you're going to get food. If you started rent, you should go to utilities because you're going to get utilities. And then if you get utilities, also go to food because you'll get food. Don't stop at one step. Keep on pushing and update me. Third, go to the community page. If you're not subscribed, you need to subscribe. Go to the community page, which is on the front of this channel. On the front of this channel are a series of buttons. It says videos, playlist, and the word community. Click the word community in the post there, and when this video goes live, I will again post a series of paragraphs, and in the paragraphs will say, here are 5 volunteers. They're helping viewers, working around the clock, volunteering their services to get you grants. So ultimately, don't drop a comment that says, can someone reach out to me? No. Go to the community page, find the volunteers, and reach out to them. They're not reading the comments and saying, oh, there's someone, let me grab that, let me grab this. This is sort of not like a delicatessen where you place an order. Say, I want to order 5 bagels. No one took my order. No, you have to actually find the butcher. You have to, or the bagel guy. You have to find the bagel guy and say, bagel guy, can you help me get some bagels? Sure. So go to the computer page, find the volunteers, the bagel guys, and say, hey, can you help me find some bagels? Okay, I will do that. Next, escalated benefits and EIDL. First, let me do EIDL. Big successes across the board. Viewers are getting EIDL by the minute. I had one person get $14,000 for EIDL this morning. I got another person get $5,000 for EIDL yesterday. I got another viewer get $18,000 for EIDL yesterday. I think I've gotten about $100,000 in EIDL since just Thursday. What I need you to understand, and this is across all these subjects of money right now, is if you see a negative comment in the comments, I'm deleting them, I'm blocking them, I'm removing them as fast as I can remove them. But if you see a negative or a misinformation comment, please ignore it. For example, someone posted a comment a few minutes ago that said, there's no EIDL closed months ago. Delete and ban that person. There is such an, you go right to sba.gov, it's right there. I have 5 viewers who I can see the application. I can apply for the application with you right on the screen. It's right there. Why are people jumping in the comments saying things like, there is no EIDL? That is something that not only hurts you, but hurts everyone else because they're getting false information. So go in there and get that application in on for SBA. It's sba.gov. If you are a gig worker, an independent contractor, Uber, Lyft, a Grubhub, Postmates, Airbnb, hairdresser, construction guy, plumber, electrician, make $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. If you had a Schedule C in 2019, if you declare the income in 2019, I don't care if you made $4,000 income. I don't care if you made $1,000 in income. Go get it. This is the difference of why you need money right now. When I was doing these videos, when I was doing EIDL, I got viewers $5 to $25 million, but I said, get the money now because you never know how bad this pandemic will be and the lockdowns will be. You may need the money. You can always get the money back. Guess what? You can give the money back for no penalties. You don't want it. I don't want it. I got fined. I didn't need the money. This is the money you should get. Next, escalated benefits. Big winner. Big winner. Another person this morning said she didn't qualify for it, but told her friend, told her to watch my videos. They got $11,000 from New York right away. Escalated benefits. If you have been unemployed anytime during the year of 2020, you need to do this. First, escalated benefits. If you made $25,000 to $30,000 a year, $30,000 2019, you could raise your benefits about $100 a week. If you made over $30,000, you can raise your benefits about $300 a week, $200 to $300 a week. If you made $18,000 to $25,000, you could raise your benefits about $50 a week. How do you do it? How do you do it? Very simple. Pull your 2019 tax return, get it out, write a letter, simple letter. It only has to be 2 sentences. Dear Unemployment Office, here I am. I'm currently being paid by you $150 a week for unemployment benefits. Please see my 2019 tax return in which I made $34,000 last year. I think I might qualify for more additional weekly benefits. Very simple words. More additional weekly benefits. Don't use complicated words. Set it out, and guess what? This is what's going to happen. If you've been on unemployment for 30 weeks since March and you made over $30,000, you're going to raise your benefits about $200 to $300 and get a $9,000 retroactive check. 4 viewers have gotten it. If you made $25,000 to $30,000, you're going to get about $3,000 retroactive check. And if you made $18,000 to $25,000, you may raise it about $50 a week, about an $1,800 check. This is how I'm getting you money right now. Ultimately, if you're one of the viewers that want to sit back and say, you know what, just tell me when I get my stimulus check. Guess what? There's no stimulus check. It hasn't been mailed out. It's not being mailed out today. It's not being mailed out tomorrow. It's not being mailed out this Friday either. But you need to get thousands of dollars right now from food, rent, utilities. Don't give up. This is money you can get right now. I'm working for you. I'm fighting for you. And 5 other volunteers are fighting for you. And in 5 minutes from now on Purple, I'll have more about this as well. Stay tuned with me. Go to the Frontage channel, subscribe. Also hit the alert button. Do not give up. Push, push, push. And join me on Purple in 5 minutes from now. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and save our life for more.